Yes, sir. Welcome back to another exclusive CO.FAX magazine interview. Today we got something really different. This is something that definitely correlates with the brand, but is definitely new to me. So I don't even know how to describe this. This is definitely just a new experience. We'll tell this story, but I'm with my guy, Kaze.one, right? That's how you pronounce it. Kaze.one, creative of crazy creative, like love the artwork, do a lot of crazy spray painting and artwork in general, because it's not just on buildings or anything like that. You actually still working the paper. Yeah, tattoos as well. I did see something that related to that, so I'm going to ask you about that as well. But yeah, give it up for my man. Yes, sir. So let's take it back to the beginning. Where are you from? And tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm from. Well, I was born in El Monte, California, and I kind of grew up in Baldwin Park and Riverside, and and Riverside and Baldwin Park, and in Los Angeles, and I kind of grew up in a little bit of all those little parts. Then I moved out here when I was I want to say like 9, 10 years old, because my pops had gotten a job offer out here, so kind of dropped everything and came out here and grew up in the ACO and Denver, and right now I'm residing in North Glen, so been a little bit here and there.
And seeing like all of that transition, what was it like? Like, what was your experience growing up?
Yeah, it was definitely different. I was always moving schools and always, my friends didn't always stay my friends. I always lost them, or we separated and lost contact. So it was definitely different. I came here to Colorado, and so far I've stayed. I'm 27 now, and I've stayed from when I was 10 years old to now. So I've made some good friends and some good connections, and I've definitely met some really good people. So it's different. It's different, but it's I can say I'm blessed. To live the life I've lived so far.
Do you have any memories of being in Cali?
Yeah, I do. Mainly, it's just mainly family, and you know, growing up on the weekends with my folks going to the aunties and the grandmas' parties and things like that. Um, I did have a couple homies, and that's where I picked up spray painting and artwork and stuff. They like to mess around with the cans and this and that. Never nothing serious until I got here to Colorado. Never really opened my eyes to that whole world till I got here to Colorado. But most of that, it was just little childish memories of my little brothers, and playing football here and there, soccer here and there, and living a little child life, I guess.
Right. So, what was school like?
Uh, I'll be honest, at some point I was really, really short and kind of fat. So, I mean, I'm still pretty fat, but I was always bullied in school. I was always made fun of because I was, I was Mexican, I was short, and I was a little fat kid. So it was definitely different. But being bullied and stuff definitely pushed me to do more of my schoolwork and more of, stay on track and stuff. I made it to college and made it out of college. But school was always cool for the most part. But I did have my hiccups here and there until I got to high school. Then I had a little growth spurt and started getting some friends and didn't get bullied so much and things like that. I started growing up. But everyone goes through that, I guess.
Right. And at that time, did you kind of know what you wanted to do, like getting out of high school?
No, I mean, I got out of high school, and I went to college for architecture, engineering, computer-aided drafting. And, I did 3 years, got my associates and, a technical degree too. And, I mean, to this day, I don't use it. It hasn't really called my name. There's other things that I love. It was definitely fun. It was definitely a good experience, but it didn't stick. It didn't stick.
That's different. Yeah. Most people, they tell you go to college to get a certain degree or to really just search for a better job. And you just felt like, shit, like I got it, but I don't even really brag about it or use it as anything. I still do what I need to do. That's dope. Um, so understanding that graffiti goes hand in hand with hip hop culture and just like that community in general. What influence have you gained from hip hop because it kind of like goes hand in hand, really?
Yeah. I mean, graffiti and hip hop go way back. I mean,
Yeah.
they like you say, they're both hand in hand. I mean, some of the greatest rappers, did graffiti, and some of the greatest writers, do rhymes till this day. Um, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ways that hip hop and graffiti, you know, just grew together. They rooted together, and I mean, growing up, I always seen hip hop and graffiti together. When there was rap, there's always graffiti. I mean, when I'm painting, I love to listen to hip hop or rap or this and that. I have homies who paint and they love to spit. It's always been together. It's always I mean, even with like the b-boys and stuff, you always used to see some of the writers who love to dance, to some of the old school music, and till this day you see some of these fools who like to break dance and get down on the low, on some cardboard and get crazy.
Hell yeah. As I haven't seen that personally, and that's why I wanted to like interview you because I was seeing different events and stuff that you were at, and I was like, damn, I never knew about that being so big out here. Like it's a lot of people who actually, and of course, there's a lot of fashion shit. There's a lot of music and artists and things like that. But there's people who love riding bikes. There's people who love doing graffiti. There's people who love cooking and like all these different things that like if you're not in that realm, you definitely won't know about it. That's why I wanted to sit down because I was like, damn, you were at crazy events like what was it called? Like you had the autism awareness event that you had participated in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what was that experience like, and what connection do you have towards that made you want to get into it?
That was definitely a good experience. I mean, um, one of the homies, Tuz from TKO, another writer, he invited me to that event, and what he told me was that it was gonna be all the money that got raised was gonna go towards like the red light social for autism awareness. So we had a lot of writers come through and do a little puzzle. We all, really kicked ass. All those puzzles were really cool. I was lucky and I got mines bought out. I don't exactly know for how much, but all that money went straight to that little organization, and it was definitely cool. Just doing the artwork was definitely cool. That little piece I did on that puzzle, it took me 3 days, because I was rushing in last minute, and it kind of popped out of nowhere. And then my wife's like, add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So to incorporate my wife and things like that I do is also really cool. But that whole thing, that event was really cool. I was able to invite some of the homies from my crew. There was a lot of love, and it was definitely a cool event. And just to know that all that was going to go to a good cause was just even warmer in the heart.
Yeah, that was definitely different. I liked it, especially because it had something to do with autism. Like the symbol, their like logo for that is a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
So seeing it, I was like, oh damn, that was
Yeah,
that was
it
dope as fuck.
definitely
That was
cool.
different. So getting into the graffiti shit, when did you start doing that?
Mm, I want to say I started writing like 2008, 2009, so a couple of years ago. But it has been, I have had little pauses where I have to take care of life,
Yeah.
work and move and this and that. Start a little life, and and then I get back to it. There's times where like right now, I've just been focused on the home life, working, taking care of the dogs, taking care of the wife, making sure cause my car, kind of broke down not too long ago, so I kind of fixed it up right now. So right now I'm backing up and running, going back to the things I do. But I took a pause from writing for a little bit just to take care of the stuff from work. So there has been pauses throughout life, but for the main part, throughout that long stretch from 2008, 2009, I've always drawn. I've always spray painted. I've always had a marker or stickers or something. So I'm always putting a little something out there.
Dope. Were you draw them at a young age, and then that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, growing up as a kid, I had a little weird love for paint, for markers, for just paint cans and this and that. And I always had cool little pencils and markers, so I was always drawing. And I started drawing off anime little characters, and then I seen all the little LA style cartooning. And, I tried some of that, and then I started seeing some of the graffiti, and I started that's where it kind of started picking up. So I've always been drawing this. If it's not this, it's that, or always kind of drawing something.
Can you? It's definitely different. So, can you describe your style?
My style, I mean, I don't really have a set style. I'm still kind of, every time I paint, I try to throw a little different style out there. I guess I'm still trying to find that style. It's always cool to have a lot of different styles, though. A lot of the cats out here, have millions and millions of styles. So I can't really say someone has a set style. But, I'd like to really, find a style where I can, just stick to and be cool. I can't really say I can describe the style that I have. I mean, it's just kind of, it's out there still, still trying to figure it out.
That's what I like about it, like just the evolution of it. Yeah. Always getting better with your drawings, and it can go a long way. Like it really can. Yeah. But you get to also see the evolution of your craft still in place, because you can probably go to an older site that you went to before. Like, oh damn, I tagged this back then, and now you look at the spot I did over here at this event, or wherever. We ain't gonna say too much, but wherever you end up getting it done, it's like, oh shit, like I'm way better now.
Yeah, I have. I mean, because I've had people take pictures of them and like, hey, you remember this? Or they have pictures here and there. Or we see a piece from you, like you say, back when, and we'll walk through and we're like, oh shit. And I can see a lot of the difference. I'm not gonna say I'm the best out there, because there's a lot of great graffiti artists out there. I don't compare, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
So, what's been the craziest place you've tagged or that you've seen personally be tagged? Because we've, on like just regular life stuff, you might see a billboard or somewhere on the highway, or just even a picture, and you're like, how the fuck did that person get up there and put that piece up? What's been the craziest?
Honestly, the craziest, I can't say there's a craziest, because there's always, but we have, I have been with the crew, and we've ran into a lot of crazy experience. I mean, as a matter of fact, right here on 10th and Osage, the little bando that's right there with the train station, we had, a pretty good couple experiences there. We'd have some beef with, a couple fools out there too, always crossing us out. So there's a lot of history in that little spot right there that's getting closed down now. It goes way back. We ran into some beef, and we ran into some homeless, that tried to, get down, and we've had to pull the banger out. There's been a lot of situations where, we've had to almost get down. We had to kind of like, hide in the dark, because, not trying to get caught up, or, trying to come up on top or something, There's always situations like that.
And you're referring to Kings Never Obey.
Yes.
What's the story behind that, basically?
Oh, well, K&O is my crew. My big homie, my OG, King Exile, he blessed me in, and I've been with him for a good year and a half or so right now, and it's they're all like my brothers. They're all like my brothers. I have two brothers that are my blood, but they're like my brothers from other mothers. I have mad love for them. Since I've met them, they've showed nothing but love to me and my lady, and my whole family. They take me out to paint. They've always got my back. We've gotten into beef, and we always make up, and it's just like a whole little crew of brothers. We do everything. We do everything together. We barbecue, we paint, we kick it. We go out and drive around, just like a little gang of friends, I guess.
Yeah. Shout out to them for actually, finding common ground between something that you guys actually like. That's sometimes hard to do, especially when you grow up and people around you aren't on the same type of time. Yeah. To find people who actually enjoy doing what you like to do as well. Yeah, most definitely. It's way better to, go through. what inspires you to put your pieces out, like just to tag in general?
I guess what really inspired me was seeing some of the older cats that some have passed now, or some still right to this day, but are a lot older, putting their pieces out. That really first inspired me was to see their pieces out and want to be like, oh, that's cool. I want to throw a piece out there too. I draw and I've done some of this stuff. I'd like to get see what it's like. On the first night I went out, we had gone to a Pep Boys, little store, the little auto parts store.
Mhm.
One of my homies that he used to write sin, and we racked a couple of car paint cans, went out to the back and painted. Just the rush there was, it was different. It's like when you smoke a blunt or like different high. It was like a different high. Just painting out there. The adrenaline, I guess. It was definitely a different experience. Just going out there painting. Having to look behind your back to get a little piece up. Then after that, some of your homies see it from school, like, hey, I seen that piece you threw out. That was cool. That little bit of recognition was kind of cool. That was definitely something different. And that kind of pushed me to want to keep going. And I seen other foods, doing the same thing. I'm like, okay, and kind of open, keep going with it. Kind of opened a whole different world. To this day, there's festivals. There's different crews. I know a lot of crews that show mad love. I've gained connections, and it's a whole different world. It's really changed my life, and it's kind of grown on me.
That's one thing that I like about it too, is that there's actually a community at least, that fucks with this in general. So there is going to be different crews or different people who do different shit, and you might come across that. Yeah. And that kind of leads into my next question. Like, tell me about like the rules of kind of painting, because some people might see like crossing out other work is like disrespectful, or like things like that. What's kind of like the rules of that?
If you can't beat it, don't cross it. Don't cross anything you don't know. There's a lot of rules. If you're not too good, kind of sucks to say, but if you're not too good, you gotta stay off the train yards, because it just makes it a hot spot. Most of the cats go to the train yards to kind of paint on everything and mess everything up, and then people start to know some of these cats come to paint, and it makes the spot hot. Same with a lot of the spots that are out here. If you don't know how to paint, just don't paint it. If you see a piece that's just don't go over it. There's a lot of rules out there. Like they're kind of hard to come off the top. Right now. For the most part, if you just don't go over nobody if you don't want no beef, because you can really get into some serious shit. Going over somebody you don't know, or because you can go over a whole crew, and that's pretty disrespectful, or go over a cat who's really about their stuff, and you're gonna have to catch the heads.
Yeah, some people know that, and that's why, like, you'll see certain shit, someone will cross it out and like put, this was here, like this is who I am, and I did that shit. Like, you're gonna, but that's gonna build conflict, because someone really, even though it could have been something that, some people are really experienced. It could have took that dude like 30 minutes, 10 minutes to like really just go up there and do his shit right quick. But even still, doesn't matter the duration. He put his time and effort into that. So to come back one day, whenever that day is, and to see that it's been vandalized, like, oh, that got me fucked up.
And there are some cats that do that and don't leave a name, because they're a little scared, and just diss it and bounce, don't say nothing, no. Just to not get into beef, but that's kind of what we call toy shit, But for the most part, if you respect the spot and you respect the pieces that are there, and you find yourself a little space, you shouldn't be causing no problems. You should be cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of dope too. It's kind of like the Warriors, like
yeah,
it's kind of like the Warriors. I remember that game vividly, going around spray painting different areas and shit, or like tagging your own thing just to show that you were here. Yeah. But it means so much more. Like, you're not in that community, you really won't understand. And I probably won't understand it to the full extent that you do. But I do understand just from common sense, like how that goes down. And I respect it. I definitely respect it. That's something I'm going to take in and kind of remember as I look at different things and see different artwork and pieces over time. I kind of hate when the community, like the city, I should say, washes it off or paints over it. I hate that personally because yeah, some stuff could be like, all right, that shouldn't be there or that makes no sense or whatever. Sometimes it looks stupid as hell, but a lot of the stuff that is actually good, I think you should leave it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there has been a lot of good pieces that have been buffed over, or even like buildings that have gotten knocked over. You know, a lot of pieces that definitely get destroyed in there. You know, never to see again, only unless you have a picture. You know, something like that.
Yeah,
And you know, it has happened a lot. You do lose a lot of writers, and you do lose a lot of pieces. You know.
and that's what is kind of different because I forgot the name of the actual artist, but like they would pull the fucking wall off of the building because
really?
yeah, because he was that talented. Like he would do certain pieces on the wall, and he became this big figure in the art world. And it's like, what did he do if he didn't have like a canvas? What else did he do? Oh yeah, he did this whole like
Yeah.
alleyway
Yeah.
right here.
That's
Oh
crazy.
fuck, okay, yeah, somebody break that shit down and give me the wall for $1 million, whatever. Like it can go that way.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like sometimes shit should be left there because this is really
Yeah.
art in disguise. Like it is an art form, so you can't negate that.
Nah, I agree. I agree most definitely.
Definitely something different. I'm fucking with that. Paint Slingers event. Tell me a little bit about that and
Definitely.
how that went.
Yeah, those are definitely. I went twice, this year and I think it was the last year, and I went out there with my crew. Um, Illis was the one who invited us and got us into the event. That's another writer, and then we went down to Wyoming both years, and you know we got the hotels paid for and the paint paid for, and you know the city mayor of Wyoming came up and you know thanked us for painting you know all the spots the first year. We went out there. We got an alleyway behind what was it? It was a pub and grill, and we got the top part and the bottom part. And for me, I had to get on a ladder to get up to to my spot. You know, and the entire time I was just painting up on the ladder, and you know it was definitely cool. The second year, it was a whole parking garage. You know, two. You know, well, we got 2 story. You know, well, I guess it was one whole story for a bunch of artists to come out and paint. And you know, I got 2 pieces out there, and all my crew got a whole piece. You know, it was definitely a cool event. We got out there and we met a lot of cool cats, and we saw a lot of great pieces. Those are definitely cool events, and I gotta shout out mad love to Illis for always inviting us and always sending us love and showing us mad love.
It's kind of crazy, like how I don't even think spray paint was created for like graffiti. It was probably created on like a construction level. People use it to like just notify things in the street or something like that. I don't think it ever got to the point where it was like, this is gonna be for like an art form of people actually creating. And again, this is probably me being non-educated. I do probably have a lack of education on that, but I feel like yeah, it never started off with the ideology of we're gonna create this for people to tag. It just became something that was available for people, kind of like the evolution of Timbs. Like Timbs were work boots until they got them into the fashion world and was like, no, you can wear these
No, I remember
anywhere.
Tim's. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like it's the same way. You took it to a whole nother level. Everyone in that time period took it to a whole nother level and just started experiencing different things with different paint, and you got to find which one you liked and which one did better or how much had like
Yeah.
you have your own specific one that you like. Tell me about the Montana 94s if you want me to put that out there because I know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like Montana 94s. I like Montana hardcore, or it's hardcores. I like Beltons. I like, you know, I like Rustos too, Rust-Oleum from like Home Depot and stuff. You know,
Which like your look when you go for paint? Because I know they got like big bright neon ones and like lighter faded type of ones. Like what kind of look do you go for when you pick something up? Or are you always just like you said, you change your style, but
I love all colors. I don't have it, specific, solid picked out color. No, I love all colors. But I always was drawn more towards the darker colors. So I guess I've always kind of picked out the darker colors. But I also like the bright colors, just to pop something out or add some effects or this and that, make it pop. So I pick a little bit of this and that. I mean, even in my paint, on my paint, I have a little bit of rustos, this and that. I have a little mix of all kinds of paint. So I use it all. But if I try to go for a certain effect or something, the 94s are more of like a professional type of paint. It dries fast and it's cleaner lines. Rust-Oleums are more for like when you're going out and hit a couple spots. It drips a little too more, a little more than normal. The Beltons and the black line, a bunch of those top line cans are most for like non-drip, quick dry, clean lines. Some of the ones that you see like making those big murals down here, they use 94s or Beltons and things like that because they're pretty cool to paint with and do effects and shit.
Now that you got more experience, can you kind of like differentiate different paints?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can. Yeah, rustos are not down at the bottom, but the paint you use for kind of out in the streets and stuff, and the 94s and all those other ones are the ones you use for more like better pieces or for the trains or things like that.
What's you ain't gotta talk about it if it's like that, but have you ever got caught like tagging?
I mean, I've gotten. Luckily, I haven't gotten caught, and I haven't been taken to jail yet. I knock on wood and everything, but I've been blessed that I haven't, But I have been seen, and I have been like, I have ran from the cops and this and that. But I've been lucky that I haven't gotten caught. I haven't had to do time for that.
Some real Subway Surfer shit. Like, had to get out that gym. No, I respect it. I really like. Again, I don't feel like it's really an issue unless you're doing like stupid shit. But most of the time, people that really go out to do tag, like it's art. Like that's all they want is just to show off. And sometimes just taking risks. Like I see this shit is just playing. It's always playing right here, and they kind of left this right here. I'm just gonna do it and see if like how long it can stay up, and that's another thing. Like people just want to do it to see how long it'll even stay. Yeah. Like let me just write this shit over here. Oh shit, it's been 2 months. Ain't it? Oh shit.
We have said that. Let me hit this spot just to see how long it stays, and it has stayed a good minute. Some have stayed for a good couple months, and have been writing for a year already. So the least expected spots to stay are the ones that sometimes stay the longest. Some of the good spots.
That's why I wanted you to check out this little spot down here. We ain't gonna say too much, but I want you to check out this little spot down here and see if it's worthy of that. How long does it take for you to like? I guess a standard piece.
Well, what we call a little throwing, it takes me about like 5-10 minutes. Shouldn't take me more than 10 minutes, honestly. 5 minutes, it should quick little throw up. Some pieces do, take me a good couple, hours, minutes. Some because I'm messing around, smoking a blunt, or barbecuing stuff, take me hours and hours. Some can take me an hour or less. It just kind of depends on how complex it is or how much detail I add to it.
How many cans do you usually use, or like what's the most you've used on a piece? I should say.
The most I've used on a piece, I mean, on a train piece alone, we have used a good 8 cans of just a single black, black, just to fill in the words, and then come in with another 2 of white, just to outline it and do 3Ds.
Damn.
Don't waste another 3 to do some effects and colors here and there and this and that, So I guess I've never really counted or took count about how much paint I use, but I guess I do use a good amount of paint on there.
Does it get expensive to you?
Oh, most definitely, but I hate to say it, but that's why some of the cats, like including myself, we rack the paint. We go to get some free paint.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, we ain't gonna say too much. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do to actually get that done. Especially when you're passionate about something and you have people that's willing to be on the same type of time as you and take the same risk as you. to make something actually happen. And now you really have a visual representation of what those risks came out to be. So it wasn't like it wasn't worth it, because at the end of the day, it is when you have a group of people that you fucking with and y'all get to do a whole bunch of shit around the city and just take it over, like silently,
Yeah,
but
most
you take
definitely.
that shit
Yeah,
over.
most definitely.
Like you said, there's still conflict and shit. What was I finna get into? Yeah, how hard is it trying to pull off a train move? Like, you going at night, trying to want to, like, do you want to go in the day to just like have like the lighting just so you can see better, or like how you go about that?
You rarely go in the day, only because you can get seen by the by the workers or by people or cops out there. Unless you got the little yellow vest and some of the the things we use to just kind of blend in with some of the, like make it look like we're some workers. But for the most part, I've always gone at night with the crew. We plan it out. We go and check out the spot, make sure it's cool. We find a little way to get in and get out. But you want to go at night. I hate to say it, but sometimes you want to take a little. I mean, your phone light. But if you can see at night, even better. Um, you want to take is just the paint that you need, and a couple other paints that you feel like you might need, and a ladder. There's some buff paint and a roller, and not too much because you might most definitely have to hop fences and take long walks or walk through shit or run into some shit. So you always gonna kind of be prepared for stuff, because on the train yards anything can happen.
What's the fit? What fit should you have on if you gonna go out there and do your thing?
Honestly, the best kind of fit you should have is like some boots, some steady cool boots, some jeans, and maybe a sweater and a shirt, depending on how hot it is outside, and a mask if you choose to. I know I always kind of carry the rag, but um, and your backpack with your stuff, But I'll be honest, like me and some of my crew, we kind of don't ever expect to hit the train, so we just got the J's or some of the good clothes on, and kind of that's why a lot of our clothes has got paint. A lot of our shoes has got paint. So a lot of our stuff has got paint on it.
It's like one of those high moments, like fuck it, let's go hit the train. Like, oh shit, you got some? Yep, all right, bet. Let's go. Like, I ain't scared to do this shit. Like, we've been doing it and it's fun. So let's go.
Yeah, especially like if you see a clean train and you have paint in the back, at that moment you don't really think about all your clothes or nothing. You just got the fit on there. You got the clean ass fit. You're about to go to the birthday party or go to the quinceañera or go to the wedding or go to a little meeting. You see that spot. You see that little train. You gotta hit it real quick. It's just that little feeling you feel. You
Yeah.
gotta hit it.
And I feel like I can say this for everyone, most people at least. But when you get stuck in front of a fucking train because like it's just taking so long to get back, the only thing that makes you really enjoy it is seeing the paint, looking at like what someone just did, and just seeing like it getting better as it goes on. Oh shit, this dude, he did a famous cartoon character, put Homer on the side of this bitch. Oh, this one, he did this crazy ass tag. Do you see the colors on it? This shit looks like it's from Echo or some shit like different. I think that's the only thing that I enjoy when I get in those positions, having to wait for a fucking train, is seeing the art on each bin or trailer. Like, and I'm like, God damn. I could never, like, I don't know. It's different.
I feel the same. Some of these train yards out here, and some of the riders out here, we have some really heavy train hitters out here.
Yeah.
Like Shu from TKO, BGN from TKO, and we have Dread and Zeb from TCF, we got Solar, Ignore, and Vexer, all them fools from C2K. You got us from KNO, you got a lot of train hitters out here, and when you see a piece of theirs go through, you're like, okay, I know this guy. And damn, he's getting better and better. Or like he had a sick piece last time, but this one's sicker. Like Schuer, every time he throws a piece out in there, it gets crazier and crazier. Say with like my OG Exile, every time he throws a piece out there, it gets crazier and crazier and more complex. And I look at it and be like, yup, one day I'm be just like them,
Yeah.
'Cause, I look up to them a lot.
And that's like I kind of asked it, but like who's been your biggest inspiration through it? Like, is there any role models that you have through this art form?
Um, well, first and foremost, I mean, my OG Exile, he's kind of guided me through a lot of this world, this art world and stuff. So he's one of the six painters out there. So he's one of my idols for sure. I like to paint more like him, and I'm always learning different stuff from him. But there's a lot of different cool writers that I see pieces and I try to learn from or look at them and definitely taking like look at it and take it into the mind like damn he did all this and what can I see from it, what can I learn, kind of put some of my own stuff into what kind of effect would I get from here or there and this and that. Definitely learn a lot just from looking at these artists and their stuff they put out there.
I like that. I like that because you always need someone to actually like put you in that position to get motivated or to feel that inspiration so you can go out and do your own thing. And when you do it, it's always dope because you have that inspiration or that motivation to go do it from someone else. And that takes it to a whole nother level. And even still, like every time you're going out, you're not really doing the same shit. You're getting better.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that inspiration, that mindset that goes into it. I fuck with this. We can we can talk more about this off camera,
Yeah.
but I don't, let's set up a documentary. Like I want to make a documentary about this, and we can do things confidentially and everything like that. But I'll be willing to take the risk and know what risk this shit has with it to make that actually come alive. Because I think this is a story that needs to be told,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like Step Up. Like of course they show all the dancing and shit, but there's not no real movies about this culture, this lifestyle, how this happens, even taking the risk to get up on high buildings or to make this even come to life or little beefs. It doesn't matter. That it's a story that like really be told. So we'll talk more off camera, but I definitely want to make that happen with you. We'll definitely make that happen soon.
Sick,
Yeah, I think that'll be different. We'll make sure that shit happens. So also explain that you were a tattoo artist. What made you get into that? Just because you were drawing, or
Just drawing and that and this and yeah, but I do have some family members that tattoo and get into that. Not only that, but a lot of my crew members tattoo too, and they're really good. And I kind of just picked it up, and so far I've been pretty decent at it. My wife's got a lot of my work on her. My own work is on me. I've got a lot of people out there who I've been blessed that they've let me put artwork on them. I'm learning still, and I'm pretty good. I'm not gonna say I'm the best because there's a lot of great artists out there.
no, yeah,
But I'm working to it.
for sure. As long as you actually doing it, and that's what I said. Like you still you just got off of work, like, and then came to do this shit because you were investing into it. You've been investing into everything that you put your hands on.
And after this, I'm probably gonna tap my lady up when we get home. She wants to throw tattoo and some other stuff.
So you feel me? Late nights, but it's doing shit that you actually enjoy. So it's not really like I don't give a fuck about it really.
Yeah.
No, it's something that you actually enjoy doing. But in the midst of that, you're getting better. Every time you tattoo, you're getting better. Every time you go tag, you're getting better. It's a whole evolution thing. It's pretty dope. I like that. Did we? Yeah, answer me if we did. But did we talk about the challenges of tagging?
No, we have not. There is a lot of challenges. To be physically fit. To be willing to stay up late at night. To be, I hate to say it, but to have the balls to hit a spot when when someone else don't, or there's definitely a lot of challenges out there. Especially when hitting trains. You gotta be ready, focused, and cool to go. Because, like I said, anything can happen. Almost anything can happen in the train yards. But I mean, the whole I mean, it's almost like a full contact sport, pretty much. I mean, the whole world is, it's all challenges. To hit a spot, to kick it with these people, to do this, that. It's always a challenge. There's always something, but there is those good times. There's where you're cool, and it's definitely a great world.
I'm fucking with the art world now that you're like explaining and giving me. I'm just having my own ideas, interpretations of it and shit, and I think it's dope. Like really to see that, and I'm like, yeah. I know it's pretty dark now. If you do want to take that little walk down there to see that, we can. But just to see all of those, now looking at it from this interview, I'll be looking at shit completely different. Like, and my lady probably gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'ma just be blowing her head up with like, "Oh, that's dope," and like, yeah, from what he told me, this is like probably that, and that's.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Man, shut the fuck up." But no, I think it's dope. Like, I really do. I think it's dope, and because it does have so much tie-in with hip hop, I'm still a big hip hop fan, and the inspiration that's had. Like, I've seen some crazy shit, and I've seen some crazy ass pieces. There was a magazine that I got inspired by. It's called 4080, and there was, I believe it was a clothing brand. Don't quote me on this, but it was a brand, I should just say, called Con Art,
Okay.
and they had a lot of crazy, fire ass spray paint, like graffiti type of styles, and I'll show you a little bit. I'll send you something just so you can like know what I was talking about
Yeah,
as
man,
well.
definitely.
But you can probably gain some inspiration from that too,
Yeah.
because I thought it was dope. And again, 4080 was a magazine. I think it was based in California when it started, and or New York, one of the two. But they had so many heavy hitters, and I just got inspired by that. But they also incorporated graffiti, and that's why I wanted to do what I did, and that's why my logo is the way it is. Because it's like, nah, I want something that's like inspired by this and has a correlation with this, and it just ties together. So
I respect that. That's tight.
yeah, no, yeah, I fuck with it. I really fuck with it, and I can't wait to get that set up because I really want to do that now. I really want to do a little documentary. We'll make that shit happen for sure. I'm not even gonna say too much, but we'll make that happen.
Most definitely.
So what's next for you? What else do you have in store? Or what could the people kind of expect from you?
Right now, I don't have anything set, but I mean, I don't ever really know what to expect from me. I mean, things always pop off when they don't pop off. When you at least expect them to pop off, and things always come to my mind, and I get most creative when I least expect it. So I mean, expect the least, the unexpected, because I'm out here. I'm definitely out here, and I'm definitely gonna bring some new to the table, because I'm always kind of moving silently. So there's always something to put out there, most definitely.
Yeah, that's one thing. I was like, I don't even know who this guy is. Not even like not on a weird shit that we haven't like communicated. But I didn't know who you were because you kept that confidentiality, and it's dope because in your line of work you sometimes need that for sure. Yeah. So I don't know how we gonna go about like posting this interview, but we gonna figure something out because. Yeah, I still want that like that confidentiality level from you to still be out there so that you can still do your shit without anyone having to worry about who fuck you are. Like you don't need to know. Like you said, you still in tune, you happy in life, you got a group of individuals who fucking with your shit and that you grind with and do things with. Same is like you got a happy family, you doing your thing. You don't need anyone in your business for real. So we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna let me know how you want to move with this, and we can definitely make that happen. However. But I appreciate you for your time, for coming out, and for sitting down with me, giving me more information about that culture and that community of artwork. Shout out to all of the K&O crew, doing big things, like going crazy, like looking at all of your old shit on Instagram. I'm like, fuck, like he was. Damn, I don't know how he got there and did that, but yeah, you even had like one bold moment where it was like wintertime. This was literally almost like 2 years ago. You was just like on the side of the street and somebody was walking by and you like waited until they walked by and you went back and just did this dope ass time. I'm like, bro, confidence, like not giving a fuck, really just doing this shit. And that's I got inspired from this interview, bro. I appreciate you for your time.
Thank you for having me out here, mad love. Thank you so much because I love what you're doing, and definitely I appreciate it for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah, you've been showing me love since I started this shit. I'm dead at. I don't even know how I came across your page.
I don't either. But
I don't remember how. Yeah, I don't remember how I came across it, but I knew once I seen it. I think you followed me first.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
And I seen it, I was like, oh shit. But it was dope because once I started following you and we started interacting, I started getting a ton of like graffiti shit in my algorithm. Yeah. So I follow I believe you follow them too, like New York graffiti something on Instagram. Yeah. And they be having wild shit too. So I'm like, whoa. I got inspired a lot from that. And I appreciate you for I appreciate you for putting me on game, man. This isn't gonna be the last time you hear him on another interview or another segment, whatever we decide to do. I got a lot of crazy ideas that, if you're willing to incorporate them with me, we can make some crazy shit happen. So I want to end it here just so people can really see the evolution of what we end up creating and what we end up doing behind the scenes. And I'm gonna always support. Let me know futuristically if there's like any events or anything that you end up being a part of or throw. I want to go and I want to capture that, especially after this talk of this little documentary shit. I definitely want to start being around that environment more so we can make this happen. But we ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna leave it for futuristic terms. But again, thank you for your time, for sitting down with me and let me pick your brain on something that I find completely dope. And when would you like me to drop this? Whenever shit. If you want to drop it tomorrow, feel free. All right, bet. I got you. Yeah, I've been trying to get like my consistency thing going on. So I'm definitely gonna try to I'll drop it tomorrow. It don't matter. Yeah, I'm with it. We gonna make something shake. But let the people know where they can find you, how they can contact you if that's something you into, and just mainly sign it out.
The only place you can really kind of contact me for artwork and stuff is through Kaze was here on Instagram. That's mainly the only place you can contact me. You can hit me up for artwork, for tattoo sessions, for painting on some building, for canvases, for just drawings in general. Even to come and kick it with the crew.
Shit, let them know. Y'all go show them some love. We gonna talk about a few things. I don't want to work you, bro, and I'm definitely gonna give you your back ends too. I'm definitely gonna give you some bread for some of the shit that we end up coming up with. But I got a few ideas that we finna fuck y'all up right quick. We ain't gonna say too much, but I definitely got a few things in store that I want to incorporate. So y'all be on the lookout for more of Kaze.one and CO.FAX collaborations. Be on the lookout for his tags. If y'all see his Instagram, y'all see some shit, and you'll probably look at it differently like I do. Like I'm not gonna be looking at paint. I'm gonna see some of your. I feel like I've probably seen something just based off the trains or like I'm pretty sure I've seen something. Just didn't know it was from you. So man, y'all be on the lookout for a lot of shit. And man, again, thank you. Thank you. Round of applause, man. That's real love, and we're gonna catch y'all on another exclusive interview soon.